Hi. Today we are going to count how much this absolute pipe bomb tried to piss of every single person with his small reactions.
And of course we count that America will not stop support. Really, for us it's very important to support and to continue.
I don't think the US is on fault with Ukraine to be subject to help. That was a weird way to say it.
And of course what I wanted, we spoke about it by phone with you about the drones production. We have very good drones production. I think the best one in the world for today because of the war. Yes, and of course we need very much the air defense. You have the best air defense in the world, and really you helped us under attacks of Russians. And I want to speak how we can exchange the licenses. We're open to share the licenses of all our drones with you, of course, with the United States. And we need licenses for quick production of air defense. Even after the war, we need our nation to be calm, that we are secure. So that's why we need this air shield.
Am I the only one who thinks that Zelensky is taking the aid a little bit too far with this proposal? We can tell Trump knows it. Here Trump is asked about how much more the US is going to fund the security for Ukraine after the New Deal.
Well, we don't know exactly how much because we're going to be putting some money in a fund that we're going to get from the raw earth that we're going to be taking and sharing in terms of revenue. So it's going to be a lot of money will be made from the sale and from the use of raw earth.
First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, more than Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations, it's understandable that two sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is a war of Russia against Ukraine.
After the bajillion dollars the taxpayers of the US put on Ukraine, he thinks this is still Ukraine versus Russia. LOL.
We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Please don't.
During 2014 till 2022, was the situation the same? The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him. He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
You just got offered the most common sense solution. Not just with a small player in the world. The biggest in the world, and you still kept pushing the idea of trying to hurt bad Russia in order to leave you alone?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Trying to act wise? With the country that's in a complete different level? Smart. Let's not forget they are not obligated to help you. And all this help comes from good faith and future investments. So trying to make it more expensive is not a good idea.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
President,
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling with the lives of
war.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III.
What you're
You're
thinking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
thinking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
In this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
the
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
Because you
If
made
you
the
didn't
speech-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In
No
3
way.
days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this, I tell you. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you.
What do you guys think Zelensky could do to prevent this to happen? Maybe it was a problem of language? Let me know. Bye. 777 unvigintillion 777 vigintillion 777 November 700